My psycho GF makes sure she ruined my life after she baby-trapped me. I know it sounds stupid, but I have to finally get this off my chest. My son exists because his mother wrapped her legs around me during climax and caused me to finish in her. After 3 years of being together and using the pull-out method, she decided she wanted to have children. So, she timed her ovulation, engaged me in intimacy, rode me, and when I was about to finish, she pressed her weight down on me while wrapping her arms and legs around me and would not get off. I tried to remove her from me, but she used every muscle she had to stay attached. We were literally fighting. There was nothing sexy or comical about the moment. When I finally pushed her off me, I asked her why she did it, and she didn't answer. She just sat there on the floor staring into the carpet with a slight smirk on her face. It was an incredibly strange moment, so I immediately went out and got a plan B, but she refused to take it. She said she didn't want to poison her body with it. She said she knew she wasn't pregnant, but a few weeks later she showed me a positive pregnancy test. I told her that we should baby unalive her. She refused to do that too. She said it wouldn't sit well in the eyes of God. By the way, this woman had punched me in the face several times, smoked, drank, had intimacy out of wedlock, lied, stole from stores, and her mom told her that she hadn't baby unalive her before. All of a sudden she brought religion into it. I shit you not. All of this, and I had told her on several occasions that I never wanted children. I was the oldest of 9 children and spent most of my youth raising them. When she got pregnant, she was 23 and I was 25. While pregnant, she acted as if she was handicapped from month 1. She refused to do anything for herself, so I had to do it. After our son was born, she became even worse. She said she had postpartum and refused to help with him. I changed all the diapers, did all the rocking to sleep, middle of the night care, and feedings. She said she would breastfeed but wanted to continue smoking, so she stopped breastfeeding after 2 weeks in. I raised her and our son for 2 years and couldn't take it anymore. I left. She made me pay dearly. She took me to court and told them I didn't take care of our son. She refused to let me see him before court, so to them I was an absent father. I paid $1,400 a month in support and was only making $39,000 a year. After winning child support, she would leave him with me for most of the week. She told our friend group that I was gay, I abused her, and that she didn't want to leave our child around me because she feared I'd abuse him either physically or sexually. This hurts even still. She has since dragged me through the court system, tried to get restraining orders on me, verbally assaulted women I've dated, driven past my residence on several occasions, constantly talks bad about me in front of and to our son, and writes me some of the worst texts you'd ever want to read. Oh, and leaves me crazy voice texts. For years my life was hell until I finally just gave up and let her take our son to another state just so I can have some peace. Unfortunately, I'm Disney dad now who only gets him during summer vacation, but on the bright side I'll only have to deal with her for another 4 years. He's almost 14 now. Unfortunately, he's doing a lot of his growing up and I don't get to see it. I love him so much and only want what's best for him. I want to take him into my care, but I don't want him to feel like he was taken away from his mom before he's ready. He's hinted at coming to move with me, but also told me she bribes him. She offers him extra gifts and money to give her information about me. Sadly, he said she'll get really upset with him if he doesn't give her information or says he doesn't know. BTW. I knew she had anger issues. However, I thought she'd grow out of them with time and maturity. I was young and dumb thinking people could change for love. I was wildly wrong. Anywho, it's a huge relief to confess this. Thanks for attending my TED Talk. Edit. Whoa. The response to this post is unexpected. Thank you all for taking the time to read my confession and comment. I've gained great perspective from some of the advice here. Please allow me to clarify a few things. 1. I fully accept my fault in this situation. Whenever I talk to someone about the challenges I've faced with co-parenting, I'm always sure to end it with, "Hey, I've made my bed." I knew she was a troubled person and tried to leave her a few weeks before this situation. She actually fell to her knees, grabbed my right ankle, groveled at my feet, and begged me not to leave her. The reason I was dead set on leaving was because when she left to visit her mom for Christmas weeks before, she logged into my email and was checking my messages. I knew she was in there because my most recent email had been read. To confirm my suspicions, I created another email account, pretended to be a woman, and sent a few messages back and forth to bait her. She fell for the bait by the third response and replied to the thread from my inbox. Yes, it sounds silly, but I had to be sure. I called her while she was away and explained to her what she was seeing in my inbox. I showed her the faux email address when she returned, and told her that our relationship was over. Cue sobs, groveling, and promises to change. This was a constant scenario with her. She'd abused me, cuss me out in front of friends, use confidential information I'd share with her against me, invade my privacy, that is steal my phone, and lock herself in the bathroom, go through my laptop, go through my Facebook messages, etc., and then cry hysterically and tell me she would change. Her favorite phrases were, "You're older than me and have so much more life experience. You're a man and should be stronger than me. It's not my fault. I saw my mom abused by my stepdad. So, when you raise your voice, my first resort is violence." And always end it with, "But I'll change. I just need time." Hence, my naivety and patience. After the message incident, I allowed her to seduce me. Again, that's my fault. I should have told her no, but it's difficult to turn down someone you've grown accustomed to being intimate with over the last 3 years. Then the leg lock incident occurred. 2. The best part of this confession is not only has getting this off my chest felt therapeutic, but the advice. Many people have echoed an obvious possibility that I've considered but willfully overlooked for years. That is getting a paternity test. I didn't get a test because her behavior came off as infatuation. I always assumed she wouldn't cheat on me because she was so overbearing and afraid I'd leave her. It never really occurred to me that her constant accusing me of cheating and invading my privacy was her projecting her misdeeds onto me. Side note, I never cheated on her or gave her a reason to think that. She held the reins so tightly there was no room for infidelity, even if I wanted to. Her reason for this thinking was all men cheat. Anyway, when my son gets here in the summer, I'll have the test ready on day 1. I'm going to go with a 23andMe as it's not so straightforward, and I can let him read the box. I'm sure he'd be able to process learning our lineage instead of him thinking we're doing a test to determine if I'm really his dad. I'll be sure to update this post with the results. 3. I didn't go to the police or tell anyone about this incident because I didn't think anyone would believe me. After all, I'm a man, and admitting that I allowed a woman to do this sounds insane, especially admitting this to other men like local police officers. I didn't think anyone would take such a claim seriously. So, for the naysayers who don't believe this is true, I understand your disbelief. As I write this, I'm still amazed that such an event has caused me such great suffering. Imagine being forced to do a job that you never signed up for day in and day out. Now, imagine that job is for a person that is literally a part of you, a being that you must care for. This caused me a massive emotional conflict every single day for years. That conflict was just about my feelings as a parent and didn't even include the constant conflict with my co-parent. Suffice to say, it led me to want to unalive myself, but I didn't because I didn't want my son to grow up being known as the kid with the dad that punched his own ticket, amongst other things. I know this edit goes beyond a confession, but for the sake of clarity, I feel I owe it to everyone battling it out in the comment section. Thanks again everyone, and never let anyone steal your joy.